Hello everyone, welcome to Simsad Aesthetics. I am a professional esthetician and cosmetologist. Are ready to unlock the secrets to smarter, safer Botox? I will cover what it is, how it works, the different types, the cost, the risks, the recovery, and will answer all those burning questions and myths you type into Google. So subscribe my channel first, and watch complete video, to get best advice for your beauty. Section 1. What exactly is Botox? It's not what you think. Let's start with the absolute basics. When people say Botox, they're often using it as a blanket term for all wrinkle smoothing injections. But technically, Botox is a brand name, like Kleenex for tissues. The active ingredient in Botox is a highly purified protein called Botulinum Toxin type A. Now, I know the word toxin can sound scary, but in this controlled, microscopic medical-grade form, it's perfectly safe and has been used for decades. Originally, Botox was approved in the 1980s to treat medical conditions like crossed eyes and uncontrollable blinking. Doctors noticed a fantastic side effect: the wrinkles between the patient's eyebrows had softened. And that's how its cosmetic use was born. It's crucial to understand that Botox is a prescription-only medicine. It's not a facial cream or a simple cosmetic, it's a medical treatment that should be administered by a qualified professional. Section 2. The science made simple. How does Botox actually work? So how does this tiny protein perform its magic? It all boils down to one word: muscles. Imagine the wrinkles on your forehead or around your eyes. These aren't just lines on the surface. They are primarily caused by the repeated movement of the underlying muscles every time you smile, frown, or squint. These are called dynamic wrinkles. Botox works as a neuromuscular blocker. Here's the simple science. Your brain sends signals to your muscles via a chemical messenger called acetylcholine. This messenger tells the muscle to contract. Botox intercepts this process. It temporarily blocks the release of acetylcholine at the precise injection site. The result? The muscle receives the signal to relax. It cannot contract. And when the muscle is relaxed, the skin lying over it smooths out, and the wrinkle gradually softens and disappears. It's important to note that Botox does not fill in wrinkles. Fillers do that. Botox prevents them from forming in first place by addressing the root cause, muscle movement. Section 3. What to expect during the procedure. If you've never had it done, the process is much quicker and simpler than you might imagine. Step 1. The consultation. This is the most critical step. A good practitioner will discuss your goals, assess your facial muscles, review your medical history, and explain the risks and realistic outcomes. They will create a customized treatment plan for you. Step 2. The treatment. There's no need for anesthesia. The injector may use a cold pack or numbing cream to minimize discomfort. The needle used is incredibly fine, much thinner than a blood draw needle. You'll feel a series of tiny, quick pinpricks. The entire process for, say, 3 areas, forehead, glabella, crow's feet, takes about 10 to 20 minutes. Step 3. The immediate aftermath. You might have some minor redness, slight swelling, or tiny bumps at the injection sites. These typically resolve within 15 to 30 minutes. There is no downtime. You can go right back to your normal activities, with a few very important exceptions. Section 4. The critical aftercare. What you do next determines your results. Listen closely, because this part is non-negotiable for optimal results and safety. For the first 4 hours after treatment, do not rub, massage, or apply pressure to the treated areas. You could cause the product to migrate to an unwanted muscle. Do not lie down or bend over for a prolonged period. Do not engage in strenuous exercise or activities that increase blood flow to the face. For the first 24 to 48 hours. Avoid excessive heat like saunas, steam rooms, hot yoga, and very hot showers. Avoid alcohol, as it can increase bruising. Avoid facials, chemical peels, or microdermabrasion. When will you see results? Don't expect to walk out of the clinic with a smooth forehead. It takes time. You'll typically start to see effects in 3 to 5 days, with full results appearing at about 10 to 14 days. This is why your practitioner will often schedule a 2-week follow-up to assess the results. Section 5. Dermatologist's reviews. According to Dr. Doris Day, when administered with a light hand and strategic precision, Botox is the ultimate preventative treatment to maintain a youthful, expressive face. According to Dr. Shireen Idris, Botox is about control, not eradication. It's best used to soften expressive movements while preserving your ability to emote. Section 6. Risks, side effects, and bad Botox. No medical treatment is without potential risks, and ignoring them is irresponsible. While the vast majority of side effects are mild and temporary, you need to know what they are. The most common things you might experience are bruising, some minor swelling, and redness right at the injection sites. A mild, short-lived headache can also occur, or a temporary feeling of heaviness and stiffness in the treated muscles as they begin to relax. These are normal and typically resolve on their own within a few days. However, there are less common but more concerning side effects. One is a droopy eyelid, known as ptosis. This can happen if the product migrates to a muscle that controls the eyelid, and it underscores why choosing an expert who understands deep facial anatomy is non-negotiable. The good news is it's almost always temporary. Other signs of bad Botox are often due to poor technique. This includes the Spock brow, where the tail of the eyebrow becomes unnaturally and sharply arched from incorrect placement. The most famous fear is the frozen, expressionless look. This is a direct result of being overtreated. A skilled injector's goal is natural movement, not total paralysis. So, how do you actively avoid bad Botox? It comes down to 3 key rules. First, research your injector meticulously. Choose a board-certified dermatologist or plastic surgeon, or a highly experienced registered nurse under their direct supervision. Do not choose based on price alone. Second, have realistic expectations. Botox improves dynamic wrinkles, it does not stop the aging process entirely. And third, communicate clearly. Tell your injector exactly what you want and, even better, bring photos to illustrate your desired look. Botox is a powerful medical tool. Besides wrinkles, it's also used for chronic migraines, excessive sweating, hyperhidrosis in underarms, hands, and feet, muscle spasticity and overactive bladder too. Section 7. Busting the biggest Botox myths. Let me clear the air on some persistent myths. Myth 1, if I stop, my wrinkles will get worse. False. When Botox wears off, your muscles simply return to their normal function. Your wrinkles will gradually return to their pre-treatment state, they will not be worse. In fact, by preventing the constant folding of the skin, you are actually preventing those lines from becoming deeper static wrinkles. Myth 2, Botox is only for older women. False. The demographic for Botox is incredibly diverse. Furthermore, we're seeing a huge rise in preventative Botox for people in their late 20s and early 30s. The idea is to treat the lines before they become deeply etched into the skin. Section 8. How much does Botox really cost? Let's talk money. Botox is typically priced per unit. The number of units you need depends entirely on the strength of your muscles, the size of the area, and your desired result. A conservative treatment for just the 11s might be 20 units. A full forehead, glabella, and crow's feet treatment could range from 40 to 60 plus units. The average cost per unit in the US ranges from $10 to $25. So, a full treatment can cost anywhere from $300 to $800 plus per session. Remember, you are paying for the product and the expertise of the injector. A cheaper price often means a less experienced injector or a diluted product. Typically, cosmetic results last 3 to 4 months. As your body naturally metabolizes the product, muscle action gradually returns, and the lines will reappear. With consistent treatments, the muscles can become trained to relax, and you may find you can go longer between sessions. Section 9. Final verdict. So, what's the final verdict? Botox is a powerful, safe, and effective tool when used correctly. Its success is 90% dependent on the skill and artistry of your injector. That's all for today. I hope you liked this guide. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might be curious. Subscribe for more honest, deep dive guides into cosmetic treatments.